have been well trained.
No.
in
You
my
don't have to carry a sword to be powerful.
I won't fail you.
Or do not.
I'm not afraid.
There is no try.
Welcome everyone, this is Casper Friis, who is once again being interviewed by myself, Alex from the Chance Cube, because this time he has won the store championship at Casper Friis in Holbæk, Denmark. This was a small store championship by all means, as we were 8 participants, and so coming in top 8 with an 8 participant almost full meta tournament is actually no small feat. Well done, Casper, let me say that first of all.
Thanks.
So, what deck were you playing?
I was playing Baby Vader and Kylo.
Baby Vader and Kylo, okay. Which of those cards do you think was the strongest character for you during the tournament?
It was definitely Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, yeah.
Actually, he died fast, but it gave me time to load up Kylo with a lot of good upgrades. That means my burst damage was really high, and my endgame damage was even higher because I had a fully loaded Kylo.
Okay, so what was your strategy? Loading up Kylo and then just having people go for Vader because he was
I
too
loaded up
dangerous?
Vader and I loaded up Kylo. A lot of upgrades, especially using the holocron combos, making Vader an easy target because he had already lost a lot of health from his special. That gave me time to narrow down which characters I wanted to go for, because Vader has a lot of burst, so you can just burst a couple of characters or maybe just one down, then Kylo will be alone in the end game, but he will have full health and a lot of damage to deal out.
Absolutely true, absolutely true. And so you must have piloted this deck pretty well, I can tell. Were there any other players of the Kylo Vader deck at that tournament? Do you remember?
No, I don't think so. My first match was against Baby Vader FN, which is also a pretty decent deck. Worked well, but unfortunately my opponent had no weapons or upgrades to throw against me with FN, so he was pretty useless.
Wow, so he didn't draw any. That's
No.
That's some tough luck at the start.
I think he had 2 weapons or something like that to throw at me. Was pretty bad.
Yeah, that's definitely not enough to win.
No.
That's for sure. How about the second matchup?
The second matchup was against Elite Palpatine, which I myself have played a lot from the pre-release. It was actually my first deck I went for, because who doesn't love the evil Emperor? Well, I do, at least. He's fucking awesome. And the matchup was not particularly hard, because I know for fact that you need to keep all your mitigation up playing against Elite Palpatine, so use all the mitigation you can at start. Don't worry about rolling out damage, because he will die. You deal enough damage to kill him, but get all of it, his character dies away as fast as you can. That's the main thing about playing Palpatine. Away with his dice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that matchup. So let's see, what was the question? What is the third matchup then? The final matchup for you?
Yeah, that was a pretty tough one. I played against FN Unkar Trooper, against one of my great friends, Klaus, who's also a really competitive player.
Yeah, he's skilled. He's definitely skilled.
He's really good, and he had his own Unkar list where he played prize position. And also later after the tournament, he added in a crime lord, which actually won him a lot of games. The way he built his deck is, if you focus FN, then you will just make Unkar a threat with prize possession and all the other cards that makes you choke.
Yeah.
If you make Unkar the target, he'll just throw weapons at you with FN. So it doesn't matter which character you focus, you're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
So it was really tough for me, because he had me locked down. I couldn't do anything. I didn't deal enough damage or anything. Eventually I got FN killed. and we were down to time. So I had claimed a round before, so I had the battlefield, and it was actually so that we had dealt equal amount of damage. We had equal amount of cards in hand and deck, and then I realized I got the battlefield, so I actually won, even though he had me pinned down for the whole match.
Yeah, that was so anticlimactic. I might as well mention I was the tournament organizer of that particular tournament. I was actually pretty annoyed to have to call time at that point because it was like, oh god, a story championship's gonna be won by who has the freaking battlefield. Even though the opponent clearly had the upper hand. But that is also a tactic.
Playmats, and I couldn't spot the battlefield at his playmat. I was like, well, I got the battlefield. I won. It was really, really awesome. It felt like a good win, because even though we had dealt the same amount of damage and such, there was no. He hadn't obviously killed me more than I killed him. He had pinned me down the entire game. He had controlled me, but it was. We were pretty equal, so it felt like an okay win. Of course, I would have loved to just destroy him, but that wasn't the case.
You have to take what you can get, that's for sure. So, diving into your deck, you played Baby Vader and a Kylo Ren, of course.
Yeah.
Which battlefield did you use?
Let me just check here. I think I went with the Emperor's Throne Room, because it's an obvious choice, even against Pomas.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Because you can actually use Poe's own. No, that's not it. That's the cunning I'm thinking about. Well, the Emperor's Throne Room is good because you have so many special dice in the deck. So if you get into late game, you can always just claim, turn a dice, and then deal a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It seemed like the obvious choice.
I definitely agree. It's the same one that I use in my own. So how did that battlefield perform for you? Did you take any wins by claiming the battlefield and then Vadering or?
Yeah, I actually did. I think game 1 and 2, I claimed the battlefield and won.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty okay, because you don't need to. If you're playing Emperor's Throne Room, you're not that. You're not heavily reliant on your dice rolls. Because of course you can chuck some cards and then re-roll, but at the end you can claim, then turn one for at least 3 to 4 damage.
Yeah, most definitely. Nice choice. So your MVP cards, I might as well explain to the viewers, to the listeners, that an MVP card is the card that Casper thinks performed the best for him during the tournament. Characters and battlefields are excluded from this particular point because we have already gone over the characters and battlefields in Casper's deck. So Casper, which MVP cards would you like to nominate if I gave you 3 choices?
Number 1 will be Overconfidence.
Overconfident, wow, that's a...
I love that card, because either way, you get a free reroll on one of your own dice, and you can reroll one of your opponent's dice to something worse, or they could get something better. But the thing is, if you use your head and you look at the dice, the size of the dice, if they have a greater opportunity to roll a higher amount than your opponent's dice, then it's almost every time it's a free reroll for one of your dice, and you get to discard remove one of your opponent's dice.
Yeah.
It's really, really a great card, and you just need to play it right. Many people are just playing it and then re-rolling 2 of your opponent's dice. Don't do that. You need to get rid of one of your opponent's dice and to re-roll one of your own. If it's the case where your dice is weaker than your opponent's, then sure, re-roll 2 of his. But the main thing is re-roll one of yours, re-roll one of your opponent's, get rid of your opponent's die. It's one of the best cards right now, I think, removal wise.
Yeah, because it simply just removes one, like Maskanata die or such. Yeah. I think against Poe, I think that's a dangerous gambit because he does have both 2 and 3 sides. But yeah, definitely against most of the meta, I would agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Most definitely, and it's a payoff
It
for
is,
that, for a
definitely.
gamble, because of course it could go wrong,
Yeah.
but
Then-
potentially it won't.
Then I actually have a card which is heavily debated. I really love Enrage.
Enrage?
in this deck.
Oh, most definitely.
Because you don't want your Vader to die, obviously, but if he dies fast, it's a free resource. And in this deck, particularly this deck, you need resources to deal damage, because both Vader's damage side and Kylo Ren's damage side, the good ones, the 2 and the 3, cost 1 resource. And you can combo this with No Mercy. I know that if you use a card from your hand, you have less to deal damage with No Mercy, but No Mercy costs 2. Costs 2 resources, and actually No Mercy is number 3 on my list because it's an execute. So if you can enrage into almost dead Darth Vader, you can use No Mercy, kill one of your opponents before Darth Vader dies.
And those 6 damage, those 6 potential 6 damage, they are a lot. It's more than a single die can do. Not counting the ETSD.
Yeah.
But yeah, more than a stable meta card can do. It's actually almost double the regular.
It is really, really great damage.
I agree. No Mercy and Enrage is a very...
And especially if you already have a Vibro Knife, because you are resolving your melee damage die, so it is unblockable. It's a really, really great combo.
Definitely.
So that's actually my 3 MVP cards.
Well, that's those are some pretty nice cards. I agree. Stunning choices. For certain. In the end here, do you have anything else that you would like to add? Any small funny things or something from the tournament? Anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
I would like to say, play a lot. Play the decks that you think are funny. Don't go straight ahead into net listing or just going for meta decks. Try to build around something that you enjoy. Then play it that much that you can say, I know what to do in every situation, because that's when you get to be a dangerous opponent. If you know your deck so well that you can just play around your opponent. That's my best advice, or what I would like to encourage people to do. Play the decks you love, play the decks you like. Don't care about the meta. Just play whatever you want and become good at it, because then you become good at the game.
Nice words, man. Nice words. Okay, so I have the last final. Let's do a small lightning round here at the end. I'm gonna ask you something and just answer the first thing that pops into your head. You think you can do that? Okay. Okay. So we'll start off. Favorite Empire at War spoiler so far?
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. Okay. Favorite Spirit of Rebellion card?
Fast hands.
Favorite Star Wars Destiny deck?
One Punch Vader.
Favorite Star Wars character not in Destiny?
Not in Destiny. Darth Maul.
One card you want to see in Destiny related to Empire at War?
Empire War. And are we counting in spoilers?
Just the first thing you can find. Anything not spoiled already.
Before today, I would say Ahsoka, but the dice already have
Yeah.
been spoiled.
You can take Ahsoka. She hasn't been spoiled.
I will,
It's a
I
die
will-
with her face. No confirmation.
I
So,
will definitely go for Ahsoka.
okay. So favorite game snack?
Game snack. This.
That sort of ruins the second question, because that's what do you wash it down with? Okay, so yeah.
I would prefer not to eat that much during when I play. I do it sometimes, but I prefer not to, because your hands get all messy and stuff. You can just take a break and then eat. Please, people, take a break and then eat. Actually, this is very wrong, because it's an open container near where people play and cards. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Wow, that wasn't really lightning-ish. So let's do just one more. Mama's Basement or local game store? Where do you
Local
want
game store.
to? Right. Okay.
Get out.
Okay.
Make contact. Socialize. Don't stay at home.
Last
please.
question. Last question. Who are Ray's parents?
My mom? No. Well, Ray's parents, I have no idea actually. Well, I can make up some theories, but actually, I would let this one stay out in the open, because when people fantasize about it, when people making up theories, that's where you get more into the lore of the game. You're searching on the interwebs and stuff like that. Just do that. Go figure out something for yourself. I don't want to say, hey, it's like that. So go out, discover for yourself.
Okay. Well, Casper, thank you for taking your time to talk to us once again. Let's see if you can win another tournament, so you will have a hat trick of 3 in a row interviews.
I'll try that.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Alex with the Change Cube. I really appreciate you taking the time to view this video. Say goodbye to Casper for now, and
Bye.
we will see you all next time.